Yay, we're in our new car. What do you think, Beebs?
I like it.
And we're so much closer together. This is way easier. Happy Monday!
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. You're the only father that I have.
I do potato sauce tacos. Right. And then can I do 2 of a sauce taco supreme, but with no tomatoes?
Right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
So I never did show y'all, but we did get a new couch. And I know some of y'all may be asking, don't you have puppies? Why you got that nice ass couch for? And this is why they're not allowed in the other room. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, so it's Monday. Not the best day. I mean, who really likes Mondays? But considering that it was a Monday, it wasn't that bad. So today I was able to finish one book, and that was Vampires, Hearts, and Other Dead Things. And I gave this shit 2 stars. This shit is not well. I did not like it. So basically, we are following this girl, Victoria, and her dad are obsessed with vampires. Like, they're all vampires all the time. Like, that's their thing. That's what they share. And in this world, 10 years prior, we learn that vampires are real. So, like, it's been 10 years, and no one's heard from them since. So people have kind of just forgotten and ignored the fact that vampires live among them. When Victoria's dad gets diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, she decides to take a trip to New Orleans to go on a hunt for a vampire to turn her so she can in turn turn her dad into a vampire so he won't die from cancer. Take a shot every time I said turn. She also takes this trip with her best friend, like her childhood best friend, Henry. There's like some weird shit happening with them where it's just to force a romance into the story, essentially, and to give like romantic tension between her and this dude and her and the vampire that she meets when she gets to New Orleans. The fact that this was paranormal, like it had paranormal aspects, was completely useless to the story and stupid. I hated it so much. And if you've read any YA contemporary, I'm pretty sure that you don't even need to read this book and you can guess everything that happens, because I did, and I was still frustrated by it. Like, it was just dumb. I hated it. I hated it so much. I may give it a 1. I do not recommend. It was shortlisted for some sort of award, and I'm like, why? Where? This was hot garbage. This truly makes me debate, because like I used to write in high school. Like, I was a really good writer, and this makes me wonder, like, if I didn't hate it so much, if I should just pursue it, because if this is the kind of hot garbage that is getting published, then I could be a fucking best-selling author. Like, I am not kidding. I am not kidding. Like, the book was that bad, and I have read that many bad books where I feel like, even though I hate writing, like I fucking hate it, and that's why I don't do it, I feel like I should just bite the bullet and publish something, because 1, it would probably get picked up because everything out there is hot fucking garbage, and it would probably do amazing because everything out there is hot fucking garbage. Okay, rant over. I have nice things to say, I promise. I started Happy Place, and I fucking love it. Okay, like, I hate everything, and we all know this. Like, I hate popular things, but Emily Henry, I love me some Emily Henry. She's a funny bitch, okay? Like, I'm just gonna say it. She is a funny bitch. And the humor, it just really works for me. So basically, we are following this girl, Harriet, and her friend group. And every year, this friend group, they stay in this house. I think it's in Maine, like every summer, and it's just like the time of their life. Well, the house that they normally stay in is being sold. So they're doing like one last hurrah, which sounds like great in theory, but Harriet's ex-fiance is part of this friend group. And because this is the last hurrah, they both have to attend. And the thing is, the rest of the friend group doesn't know that they're not together anymore. So they have to keep up the pretense that they are still engaged and in love, so they don't bring down the vibe of like their last big trip together. It'll probably be 4 stars. I'm really liking it, and it just really makes me want to reread the Well Met series again, because that's like my favorite romance series of all time. I need to shower, and I need to wash some dishes, And I don't think I have anything else planned for the evening. I'm a boring bitch. Oh, and I'm also the worst booktuber in the world because we went to the bookstore after I got out of work today and I didn't vlog any of it. I didn't vlog nothing. Nothing. I did not even think about it until we were already leaving. And I was like, well, damn. Good morning. It's Wednesday, my dudes. I didn't update y'all yesterday because honestly, I just forgot. So, we're going to talk about the books I read yesterday now. And I'm cold, so don't mind the blanket. It's fine. I finished Happy Place and I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. I like Emily Henry and her humor really works for me and it was good. I'm not gonna lie though, I finished it just yesterday and I'm already forgetting things. Like honestly, my biggest takeaway was the cake, the wedding cake that says happy birthday wicked pissa on it. So I did like how it was heavily based on friendships. That whole thing was kind of bittersweet for me though. We used to have that kind of friend group through high school and like to my early to mid 20s. And I don't have any of those friends anymore. So it was like really sad for me to see these fictional characters like working out their shit when I couldn't. A lot of people weren't into the whole like friendship aspect being such a huge part of it, but I liked it. I found it refreshing. After that, I read It Came from the Closet, which is a queer reflection on horror. I picked it up because queer and horror, like I didn't need to know anything else going in, but I did assume that it was a short story collection, and I was very wrong. It is a collection of essays pointing out how horror movies tend to marginalize queer folk while also simultaneously having queer undertones throughout the films, which I found really interesting because like horror movies to me just aren't that deep. So it was really cool to see so many perspectives on like all the queerness in all of these famous horror movies. And while they're also doing that, they're also tying the movies into like what it meant to them growing up or paralleling it to things that have happened to them in their lives. So I thought that it was really good. I only gave it 3 stars, but I know that if I wouldn't have spent 5.5 hours binging it, I probably would have given it a much higher rating. And that's mostly because, like, it's a lot. It is a lot of essays. It is a lot of information. It's a lot of topics. It's a lot of discussions. Keep that in mind that if you decide you want to pick this up, I feel like it would be better consumed if you read like an essay or two every once in a while. I don't think it's very good for like a bingeable book. I mean, unless like you're into that kind of thing and it just works for you. I just feel like maybe it was too much and I was just like, okay, like are we done yet? But I will say my favorite part was one of the stories they were discussing heavily on like labels, like queer labels, and needing everything to have a label and needing everything to have rules and structure and for everything to make sense. And there's a line in there that says, there are no rules. And that just really resonated with me. Like, you can be whoever you want, you can present however you want, you can love whoever you want, and you don't have to explain it, you don't need to label it, you can just be. And that really hit home for me, even though like I already knew this, but it really hit home for me to like hear it from somebody else because like I don't identify as anything. Like I never have. I never felt the need to, and I don't want to, not because I don't know what I am, but because I don't feel like I need to, and I have no desire to. I'm human. I'm just me. Like I'm just me. And that's it. And I don't need to explain it to anybody else. It doesn't need to make sense to anybody else. It only needs to make sense to me. So it felt really good to just see that and see that in a book and have someone talk about it. Because even though it was just like minorly touched on, it wasn't like the main focus. I really liked that. I really appreciated it. I feel like if you're part of the queer community in any aspect, or if you just love like educating yourself, I feel like not only do you get like an education in horror, but you get an education in queerness. And I thought it was really good. But unfortunately, I did give it only 3 stars. So it's super early in the morning. I need coffee. It's Thursday. I am just popping in here real quick to say, one, I didn't update y'all yesterday because all I listened to at work was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And though I'm really enjoying it, I know a lot of y'all probably don't want to hear about it, and that's totally fine. So I'm just skipping right over it. Next on the agenda. So I was just sitting here, minding my own business, drinking my coffee, scrolling through my notifications as one does in the morning, because yesterday I posted a picture of this necklace that Beebs made me. It's got a little bee on it with a little honeycomb, because if you're new here, the honeys is my entire personality and I'm obsessed. I love it so much. But anyway, I posted a picture of this with the book up on my Instagram last night, and Ryan fucking LaSala commented on it and told me it was cool. And now I'm fangirling so hard, and I needed to share with people who might care. Okay, I gotta get ready for work. Bye. Play stupid mouse.
Son and Mama.
And Bill.
Bill likes eating ass. Lily Billy. There you go. Bill.
Oh.
Hi, sir. Get him, Bill.
It's Friday, pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin.
We got Dance Gavin Dance tickets. We got Dance Gavin Dance tickets. We got Dance Gavin Dance tickets. Woo! She has to deal with that all day, every day. Where are we going, baby?
It's great.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Where are we going?
We're going to eat dinner somewhere. We don't know where. And guess who's getting an arc of the new Ryan LaSala? Me. It's me. Hi. It's sizzling. Good morning, y'all. It's Saturday. It's the start of Memorial Day weekend, my 3-day weekend. I am here for it. I am so excited, but I am aware that I haven't really talked to y'all much. So during the work week, I wasn't really following up with you because in terms of book reading, I've just been listening to Harry Potter. And even though I'm having a great time with it, for one, we really don't need another person on the internet talking about Harry Potter. And for two, I understand that a lot of people just don't want anything to do with Harry Potter anymore, and that's totally fine. So I've just decided to skip over it. If you want to know like my ratings and stuff, you can follow me on Goodreads. You can follow me on Instagram. I post about every book that I finish on my story. So those are options for you. Or you can always talk to me down in the comments too about it if you want. But yesterday, after all of the good news that I got in terms of dance tickets and the Beholder arc, Beebs and I went out to dinner, and I got too tipsy, and then we went to Barnes & Noble, and I have some books to show you. It's also like late in the morning because I'm such a lightweight that I woke up hungover. So I got up at 7. I took an Advil, or I took a Tylenol, I drank some water, and I went back to bed for like another couple of hours, and now I feel human again, so that's good. First thing I have to show you though is the adult fairy loot came in yesterday. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that even though I've only gotten one other box from this service, that I'm not happy with it so far, like with the pics. And this one is no different. Is anybody surprised? Like, I don't even know if I want to read this at all. And I don't like what they did with the cover. I think it's fucking ugly, but that's just my own opinion. So we got The Curse of Saints. This is another debut. I think it's romantasy, and I don't care. And it's like, I waited so long for this subscription service, and it's not the cheapest thing on the planet either, and I'm just not impressed. There is artwork on the inside. There's, it's pretty underneath. If you've read this, or if it's on your radar, let me know down in the comments what you think. When we went to Barnes last night, I found this really cool edition of Mooncakes. So this is a hardcover. It's like a special deluxe edition or something. I think it has like extra content in it. I've been eyeing this for a while, like since it came out, I think in 2019. Like it's been a long time now. I don't know anything about it. I think it's witchy. I am way less picky about graphic novels. So I like the art style of this, and there's cats on the cover. So I mean, at the very least, it'll have that going for it. And it'll be a good time. I might actually read it this weekend. So I am going to get dressed. Beebs and I have some errands to run this morning. I'm going to take y'all with me. I just wanted to have this in here first because I am notorious for just having all B-roll on the weekends and no talking. So here's your talking. I actually read this today doing layer sprints with Jan and the other vampies over there. I blew through this because sprints, but it was really good. It's queer. It does all the things. It's got all the fall vibes. It's witchy. It's magical. It's a good time. I gave it 4 stars. It didn't hit like a 5-star, but I really, really loved it. But it's definitely one that I will be returning to in the fall time, which I just can't wait till it gets here. And like we're barely dabbling into the summer, and I don't know. I don't know if this is just how I am or if it's a Texas thing, but I feel summer approaching and I just want to skip it all entirely. Like I want nothing to do with it. I hate the summer. I hate it. I hate it so much, and I just want it to be done. Like, can we just not have summer and have 2 falls instead? Like, I feel like the world would be a better place. At least for Texans, because we die down here. Like, Texas summer equals death. But anyway, in terms of what I got yesterday, at Target, I got In 5 Years. I picked this up just because this is the author who wrote One Italian Summer, and I am obsessed with that book. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. It lives rent-free in my head. Like, I'm probably going to end up rereading it again before the year is done. This one essentially is about this girl, and she thinks she's got it all figured out. And, like, she's engaged to this man. She's done, like, she's taken all the things off of her life list, and she is just... yes, like, she thinks it's perfect. She goes to bed one night, she wakes up 5 years in the future, and she's married to somebody else. And I think she spends an hour there. Yeah, she spends 1 hour 5 years into the future, and then she wakes up and she's back where she thought she was, and now she's, like, second guessing everything. And it sounds fun. And it sounds like in a similar vein to One Italian Summer, just with like that little pinch of magic and probably messy romance, which I'm finding I really enjoy. At half price, I got The Haunting of Alejandra. This is by V. Castro. This is her first like full-length novel, and I have been eyeing this since before it's released. I desperately want to love this author. V. Castro was born and raised in San Antonio. She lives in the UK now, but she grew up in San Antonio, and I know a lot of her work is like based in the San Antonio area. I read Goddess of Filth by this author, and I fucking hated it, but she has a lot of other stuff out that I'm interested in. This was released, I think, last month, and I found a used copy at half price, and it was an additional 20% off because of the sale. So I got this brand new hardcover for $11. So I was like, even though I'm really skeptical on the story, and it doesn't take place in San Antonio, by the way, which is a bummer, I feel like even if I hate it, I'm really not missing out on anything because full price, this book is $28 and I only paid $11. And I finally picked up The Liminal Zone by Junji Ito. So this is a story collection. It's only 4 stories though, which was really nice. It was just like, it was a quick, easy read. I gave this 3 stars. Like, I did not hate it. I did not dislike it, but I wouldn't consider it like a favorite. I'm probably going to keep it in my collection. I don't think I'm going to unhaul it, at least right now, but just, it was okay. I feel like if you're just dabbling into Junji, you don't want to dive right into the deep end, this could be a good one to like open you up to the types of shit you're going to see from this man. But it's definitely not like iconic by any means. I love this cover though. This cover is the best. And it was nice to physically read. It's like 6 o'clock at night right now, and I'm making another pot of coffee because I can, because tomorrow is Memorial Day and I don't have to work. So I'm taking advantage, so I'll be up all night. I have the desperate need to pick up like epic fantasy. We're talking like Priory of the Orange Tree or Brandon Sanderson. That is my update for today. And knowing me, you probably won't hear from me again until tomorrow, but it's fine. It's fine. We're trying, and it's fine.